This week on our farm in Portugal, we're sharing the story of a project that we've been working on for about 10 weeks. It's been hard, it's been conflicting, but ultimately it's brought us more smiles and fun than we could ever have imagined. This is the story of a lawn. We are the newbies, John, Tara and Crusoe, and we've been living an extraordinary life, committed to making our minutes and seconds count. For the last 2 years, we've been living in vans and travelling the world.
Something's just happened.
I could be wrong, but I think there's a chicken.
Crusoe has already been to 23 countries on 4 continents. We have fed giraffe, faced down elephants, kayaked with humpbacks,
The spray from that
and played with meerkats. We've taken some of the world's greatest hikes, visited the world's greatest cities, and seen some of nature's greatest spectacles. We even got married by a penguin, but that's another story. Now it's time for our biggest challenge yet. We've bought an abandoned farm in northern Portugal, and our mission is to turn the overgrown wreck into an off-grid, sustainable place that we can call home. Join us and follow our journey. Be brave, think big, explore.
Hello and welcome back to the farm. Crusoe's going mental behind me. I wanted to start this episode this week by introducing a project that we have actually had ongoing, but we haven't really talked about it yet. John has painstakingly been working down here. It all began with a tractor who came and tilled the land and flattened it out for us and turned the soil. John then lovingly stomped individual inches of this field with his own 2 feet to make it flat enough to take a lawn, whilst removing any sticks of bamboo he found, any big weeds, any big roots, any stones. We then threw down boxes of seeds, and we've been watering it diligently ever since, in the hope that in the future, the not too distant future, we're going to have an enormous lawn down here. So in this episode, we're going to go back in time and show you the process that we've been through to get here, because it has been an enormous labour of love.
What's going on, Crusoe? Is it tractor? Yeah. Okay, that dude has arrived very early this morning. It's a good job you were awake, and he didn't even come in and say hello. He didn't even, couldn't even offer him a cup of coffee. He was just like cracking straight on down the hill, onto the field, and off he goes.
Nearly into the lemon balm.
Nearly into the lemon balm. So now I've got to go and grab my shoes, because I haven't even got shoes on. Grab my shoes, run down there and prepare the field, because there's canes lying around all over the place and all sorts. Might even be tools out there still. So, Crusoe. But very exciting day. Brilliant.
When this video falls in front of you guys, it's going to be the end of a really long story. What we're starting with right now is a project that we're expecting to take a really long time. John has his heart set on growing a lawn for Crusoe. He thinks that every little boy should have somewhere where they can run around and kick a football. And I have to say, of course, I agree. So he is determined that one of our fields on the farm becomes a lawn. He's got some pretty crazy ideas on how to do it, and we have no idea if it's going to work. So I'm filming this as a bit of a marker to start the project off. And when you see it, we're going to be hopefully many, many, many weeks down the line, and even more hopefully with a lawn where Crusoe can have a run. It's a tractor. Wow, buddy.
You can sit in it.
Do you want to sit in it?
Yeah.
Hey?
Oh, sure.
Do you want to sit in the tractor? Do you want to drive?
Wow, Crusoe.
Drive the tractor?
Check that out.
Hey?
Look at you, you're
Are you
driving.
the tractor? Vroom, 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 vroom.
Yeah.
Good boy.
No, not the
don't
keys.
switch it on.
Yeah.
Good boy, buddy.
Wow.
Are you on the tractor? I don't believe it. Hey, my boy. Yeah.
Tara's feeling a bit sad for the mice.
Yeah. All the bugs and the plants and stuff.
Darling, we've definitely got enough bugs and plants to not have to worry too much about
Never
it.
enough bugs and plants, darling. Every bug and plant is precious.
So why are we deciding to plough these fields? Well, the answer is simple. Eventually we want to be planting stuff at this farm that we can eat, that we can sell at the market, hopefully. We'll see, that might not happen this year because there's so much to do, but in coming years we're going to want it to happen. Also, we want to grow some grass. We want to grow a bit of lawn around here for Crusoe to play on. There's a lot of reasons to do it. Now, if I was trying to grow grass on this right now, would be really tough because it's completely lumpy, and the last time the tractor came in here was just before we bought it, and just before we moved in, and he came along and just mowed everything, and there are these big clumps of rubbish because it hadn't been mowed for many years. So what the tractor's doing now is ploughing all of that back into the land, which is great, almost, if you like, flattening everything out so that I can go along and see how easy it's going to be to, I don't know, sow a seed lawn. That would be great. And just have a look at that as an option, because like I say, I'd really love for Crusoe to have somewhere to be able to play and run around, except for in that courtyard where we've got those fairly gnarly looking slab stones. But anyway, very exciting day. Also, he's going to plough in our fires, which is great too. We don't have to look at these scars on the land anymore. Right, just get rid of the last of that bamboo and off we go. Anybody want any bamboo? We've got a lot of it. So the tractor dude has gone over the field once. This is the first time, and now he's started to go over it a second time. Right now it all looks a little bit kind of lumpy, and all of that grass and all of that organic stuff, I don't know what to call it, but you know, I'm not a farmer yet, but all of the grass, everything has been sort of ploughed in a bit, but also left on top. I think he's going to go around a second time, and that's going to help push everything back into the ground. And with a little bit of luck, it might also flatten out the field just a little bit more so that it's easier to take care of. Love it. He's just passed by, and that's exactly what's happened. I'll show you. Look at this. We've got his second run right here, nice and flat and fluffy soil. And there's the first run right there. It's a bit lumpy and a bit gnarly. So, I mean, really pleased about that. That's going to save a lot of work. Looks like Crusoe's getting ready to come and help. Are you coming to help, Crusoe?
Yes, definitely.
There's a big tractor there.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's looking really cool. He's going around a second time. Whoops. He's going around a second time. And that's making everything look like really flat.
Nice and flat and fine.
Tara's feeling a little bit uneasy about the tractor being here and ploughing a field.
I am. So, I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but we watched a documentary called Kiss the Ground on Netflix, and it really, really impacted me. Like, I've never stopped thinking about it. And whenever I see fields in a state like ours are in at the moment, I feel so happy for the environment. And I think, you know, isn't it amazing that there can be places like this? So when you come in with a tractor and you just plough over it and turn it over, there's a little part of me that feels like we shouldn't be doing it. But at the same time, we bought this farm to use. So, I don't know, I'm really, really conflicted. I don't know what's right.
My general feeling on all of this is that we are new to this whole project. We've never done it before. I quite like doing things that I've never done before, like building a van or traveling to a new country, or, I don't know, buying a farm in Portugal. It's all pretty exciting stuff. What I do know about this tractor is that the neighbours have been doing a very similar thing over the last week or so, ploughing their fields, tilling them, getting them ready for crops. I'm not sure whether we're going to get a crop in there this year. I don't know just yet. It would be cool to think that's possible, but probably not. There's so much else going on around here. In short, no matter what way we look at it, tilling that land and getting it flat makes it easier to take care of, because previously it was like a whole bunch of hills and mounds and very difficult to take care of. So at least now I can get, for example, a lawnmower or the strimmer that I've recently bought into that field and take care of it properly.
So maybe this opens a whole discussion and a whole bunch of opinions about whether or not we've done the right thing here with the tractor. The truth is, we don't know. We're still learning. And so any advice, opinions and thoughts are always really appreciated. Also, if we all start talking about the importance of soil health in the future of our environment and the longevity of our planet, then that's also only a good thing. And if some of you do me a favor and go and watch Kiss the Ground on Netflix and learn a bit of about how important soil health is, then I think everyone's a winner. We have big plans for this farm and for the future of our family here. And I think starting off with the ploughing of a field will be 100 times mitigated over the decades ahead of us with the things that we're going to do here, which will contribute to the health of everything, not just our family, but the place around us.
Just go and have a quick look at the soil now, see how much more tilled it is. Man, it's really good. You could roll a marble on that. Not a lump in sight. I love it. Delighted. And all of that plant matter, everything that was on top, the bonfire, everything, it's all been ploughed back into that soil. I think it's a winner.
That's quite amazing, isn't it?
Brilliant.
I can't believe how quick that was.
Yeah.
Literally got here. It's been about, I don't know,
Hour and a
an
half.
hour and a half.
2 hours.
It's done. 2 hours maybe.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
50.
50 euros.
Yeah. 50 euros. I'm pleased with that price as well, aren't you?
I am.
That saved a lot of work.
A huge amount of work.
So I think maybe the top field there, I don't know whether we can plant this year, whether we've got enough time with everything else.
Yeah.
Maybe we ask the neighbours whether they want to use that field.
I think so.
And what about the bottom field that we've just ploughed?
I think we were going to try and lawn it, weren't we?
Yeah, I think we'll throw
Feels
some
terribly
grass.
extravagant, but you know, with kids and stuff, it's going to be great to have a nice big lawn.
Do you know, I can see a goalpost at that end, a tree house in those trees, another goalpost at that end.
A pony.
A pony. Where? What? Well, that's it. The tractor driver has finished his job. He's just heading out of the farm now. We've ploughed the top 2 fields, which is really, really great. We've left two terraces on this side of the farm completely to wildflower. We'll show you those a little bit later. The lowest terrace it's a smaller terrace, but it's so beautiful with all these flowers. Tara was very insistent about the bumblebees and the pollinators being allowed to have a little home on the farm. I totally agree. Over the other side where the orchard is and a couple more of the terraces, we're going to leave that for now and well, see what we can make with them at a later date. Brilliant. What a day. Crusoe and Tara have just come down for 2 or 3 minutes Crusoe hasn't got his hat on, so he's going to have to go back up there shortly in the shade. But point with it is the tractor's come and done his part of the job, and wow, what a job he did this morning. But the next part of the job, I think, is really, and I can't think of another way to do it. I was thinking, okay, we should hire a roller and roll this nice and flat. And I understand, you know, grass people out there who really know stuff about grass will be saying, well, you've got to take the top 6 inches off to make sure that nothing else grows through. I don't think we can do that, and I don't think it's something I want to really do. So what we're going to do instead, or what I've decided to do instead, is wander around and start stamping down the nice fluffy soil. And as I'm doing that, I'm looking in the soil to see if there's anything like bamboo. There's so much bamboo. If we leave that in the soil, we're going to have bamboo stalks all over the place. So basically, right there you go, there's another big one. Look at that. We leave that in the soil, we're going to have a bamboo forest growing all over here. So bit by bit, inch by inch, I'm going to go through the whole place here that we've just ploughed, this lower one anyway. Another one, Crusoe. Thank you so much, little man. Well done, you. Come on now, let's get you out of the sun. I'm going to go inch by inch to check it all. It's going to be blooming hard work, and I'm sweating already.
The thing about the newbies and this farm is that we're always trying to think of different ways to do things. And often it's not the way other people would do it. We've upcycled parts of our wine press into a table. We've made a couch in a swimming pool. And now we're laying down a lawn using no tools, no fertilizers, and no standard practices. You might think we're a bit crazy, but we like it this way. We learn so much, and undoubtedly, if it works, the results are all the more rewarding.
Day 3, and I am still stamping and pulling out weeds from this lawn. I've got a bit over here to finish off, and a bit down there to finish off, but not much more. So I'm pretty excited to see that probably another half a day maybe, and we're flat, and then all we've got to do is wait 2 weeks for the seeds to germinate, and a few weeks after that we're going to be able to mow, hopefully. But we don't often give tips on this channel, and like we've said a few times before, this isn't how to lay a lawn, this is how we're laying a lawn, so it's a little bit different. I wanted to try and see how cheaply, I suppose, I could put a lawn down here. We've spent £100 on grass seed. We spent 50 quid on getting the tractor to come and turn over that soil. You remember how the field looked before. It was pretty gnarly with all sorts of stuff growing in it. And now we'll see. So total cost for this lawn, if it works, will be 150 quid. But here's the tip. Friends, people, if you're sat at home and it's a sunny day outside and you think, I might go to the garden centre a little bit later today, and you're wandering around the garden centre and you pass all those petunias and those lovely flowers with all the pretty petals and colours, and you wander along and there's a big bamboo stalk there, walk past it. Just continue walking. Don't even look at it. Unless you have a panda in your back garden, do not buy bamboo. It gets everywhere. And it has taken me so long to remove the weeds and remove the roots, and I'm still very much expecting sprouts of bamboo to come up all over the place as the grass seed germinates as well. So, but we'll see. We will see. That's our only tip, I think, from the channel of the newbies. Walk past that bamboo.
How are you doing, my love?
I'm sore. It starts to hurt a little bit, but it'll be worth it, you know?
You've done so much.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's good enough for a cricket pitch. Expecting it's probably going to be more like maybe a polo pitch.
So this is the grass I went for. It's called Mediterraneo turf grass. There's 30 meters squared in each box. It needs very low irrigation, which it was important for us. We don't want something that needs a lot of water because we don't want to use lots of water irrigating lawn, because that seems frivolous. And also it takes 2 weeks to germinate, but it's very drought and heat resistant as well, which again is important because this field at the moment is quite exposed. We've got plans to plant some trees to make a bit more shade for the kids. So we'll see what we decide to do there. But hopefully this is the right stuff. Look at that, isn't it lovely?
That storm is coming in. We really want to get, well, there's the wind. We really want to get as much seed down as possible, even though the field isn't anywhere near finished. We're probably about 3/4 of the way there now. We just want to get that first lot of rain coming down. It's going to rain now for the next 3 days, so hopefully we can capitalize on that. Well done, Crusoe. Great job. That's great news. Oh wow, that's the best rain we've had in forever. What amazing timing. Okay, so it's been probably around about 4 weeks now since I laid the first seeds and was stomping the ground down here. And I'd say we've got a mixture of success and certain failures. And the failures are obvious ones and ones that we could have very easily predicted at the start of the project. Things like weeds, bamboo shoots, and other plants growing up with the grass that shouldn't really be there and that we don't want to be there. In addition to that, I think there are definitely patches where it's been a lot warmer and a lot hotter, and so the grass hasn't grown quite as easily. This area over here in particular is still very bare, as is that area there. I'm pretty sure that that's because not as much water's going up there. It's draining away a lot quicker, and the sun, well, it beats down quite hard on these parts of the lawn. There isn't any shade there. Look, there's Robinson's Rock. So what's the plan with it? The plan is to keep going. We are definitely not quitting on this project. It's a good project. It will come good in the end. What I'm going to do tomorrow, I think, is come down here and spend, or begin a process of spending maybe an hour every day, maybe longer, weeding out, picking out the weeds from within the grass, focusing on the areas that don't have as much grass growing right now, and see whether in the next 2 to 3 weeks we can change this from being a very scruffy, rather patchy lawn to something a little bit more usable. Ultimately, what I'd really love to be doing is mowing it and having Crusoe run around with a ball on it. So I'm going to start over in this corner and work my way to the other end of the lawn. All right, well, I've been going at that for around about an hour. It's going to take a really, really, really long time to do this whole field, but you know, maybe it works, maybe it adds to the success of the project. I hope so. Let's see. The more the project goes on, the more I have a suspicion that probably this is a project that won't see or won't be truly realised until perhaps next year, next spring, when we can put some more seed down and have another crack at it. It's getting into the middle of the summer now, so putting more seed down on this lawn perhaps isn't such a good idea. It's not going to grow, it's just going to be too hot, I think. So I'll keep on battling and keep on coming down here and keep on having a go at getting those weeds out. Keep on watering a little bit. Of course, the water that we're using, as I said before, is all going into the ground anyway. It's coming from a spring. So let's see. But anyway, one day Crusoe will be playing football on here.
As Crusoe gets only more and more active, the primary incentive for this space was to have a place on the farm where there was lots and lots of room for him and his sibling to run around and burn off steam. You're quite right, buddy. That is Crusoe telling us that there's a bramble. So we wanted a place where they could, you know, kick a ball and just be. There's enough shade down here that we can come and sit down here as a family. It's visible from up at the top and the stone table, so we could sit up there and look down and be able to see the kids. And there's so many spaces down here that have got so much potential for future projects as well. This bit in particular is really exciting. It's the far corner. And in those trees, we have dreams of the world's most amazing tree house. John cannot wait to start building it. And actually, I've had to stop him a few times from starting on the tree house because there's more important things that need to be done on the farm first. But if he had his way, that tree house would be almost built by now.
We're going to put
Uh-oh.
a hobbit door right there. Big round door here, and it's our hobbit house.
We've got so much other land here which we're going to use for vegetables. We've dedicated a whole bunch to fruit. We've basically got two of the most enormous vegetable gardens you could ever wish for, which in time will start producing enough food for us and hopefully a few more people. Although, you know, parts of it feels indulgent to have this lawn, at the same time, it's going to be a really integral part to family life on this property. And we're just really hopeful that it does seed and it all comes to be. So we'll keep you updated in the weeks to come on how it's going and how many weeds John's pulled out. We've basically got a giant Herculean task to get. But
Herculean.
But we're up for the challenge, darling, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
It's a very royal we. This is entirely your project.
We've started, so we'll finish.
We'll finish. Wish us luck. And if you've got any ideas, thoughts.
No, don't give me any ideas or thoughts about this garden, because I know what the ideas and thoughts are.
You've done it all wrong.
Don't do it like that. Yeah, we agree.
This is a really stupid way of doing it, but this is how we did it. So here we are.
Yeah.
So maybe just give us a thumbs up to say good luck, and you know, a comment to cheer John on his eternal journey to try and grow his children the grass. And yeah, we'll let you know how it goes.
We will.
Sometimes journeys take you to faraway lands, and other times you just stay in one place. When we talk about being brave, thinking big and exploring, we don't mean travelling to the ends of the earth, although sometimes that's quite good fun. We mean that in our everyday we can find places and projects and journeys to challenge us, to push our comfort zones, to take ages, and some that might involve a bit of bamboo and failure. But that's all part of the fun, and it will always be 100% worth it. So please do remember, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on those notifications, and please leave us a comment. We will see you next week.